Very much for coming in.
Morning. Thank you.
We were waiting for that EFF briefing. It happened yesterday. There's been a lot of commentators now unpacking it, and we just want to wrap it up this morning. Your overriding sense of what the EFF has been saying, basically, as I've said now, the gist of it is that if there's something untoward, if something wrong that's been done by anybody, and heads must roll, basically, we'll take action. But for now, we are waiting to see what the investigation takes us.
Right. And I've got to say, I don't necessarily agree with the fact that politicians be implicated in a heist like this, because one, mutual banks are very important in Africa as a whole, because they can, if Old Mutual started probably as a mutual bank of sorts or mutual insurance, then we can't undermine governance there. But I suspect Julius might have a point, because let's look at the context in which he operates. Which political party do you know in South Africa has acted on the basis of a report or an allegation that one of its leaders might be implicated? Which one do you know? Let alone the amount, 10 million versus hundreds of millions or billions. So in that regard, I would say he has a point. He makes a compelling argument. If it happens that somebody proves anything, yes. Now, is he telling the truth? Is Floyd telling the truth? I don't know. But I'm just saying, at the point, on the surface of it, it looks like he's doing what every political party would have done. Let's wait for proof. Let's wait for compelling evidence that there's something.
And such evidence would come from ongoing investigations. Exactly. One would guess using this forensic report by the relevant law enforcement agencies.
Yes, because he says Floyd brought his statements. We looked at them. We didn't see any evidence of money coming from
his banking statements or financial
I think
statements.
He said financial statements.
Yes.
Now, obviously, if we're still dealing with KPMG, which failed to see some of these problems, KPMG with forensic experts and audit experts, well, I think Julius could say, I'm not a forensics expert. I looked at Floyd's statements, and my team looked at them, and we didn't see anything. Again, I'm not justifying what could have done by either Floyd or his brother. I'm just saying, at the moment, it looks like he has a case.
From an approach perspective, process-wise, it sort of, in your view, would make sense to wait for a fuller
remember,
picture.
This is a small player on the political scene. I don't think they want to be battling and butting heads about things. They want to say we are acting only when we are certain what's happening.
Okay, and then for them to have said, if there's proof of anything, we'll take action, we should take that, as you said, as a good thing, that they would act if there was
I learned in my teenage years to believe none of what I hear and half of what I see, right? So I will take it at the moment, but hey, things change. A week is a long time in politics.
You mentioned KPMG here. I just need to bring it up because, I mean, their name has come up quite often as an auditing firm. Auditors, I mean, we know where we've been through in various spaces there. There's a role that is being played here. They were signing off the audits. Responsibility from that perspective when that happens. I mean, whoever regulates auditors should also be concerned about this VBS Bank saga.
And so should whoever regulates banks. Because the question, and there's another point Julius made. He said, hey, banks do report somewhere. So yes, I agree. And that's why you might have seen over the weekend that auditors at KPMG might be facing lawsuit for other things, and the cover might not pay, because auditors normally have insurance. Professional indemnity.
Now, VBS Bank, in the bigger scheme, it's a small bank, as you said. It's an Old Mutual bank. There could be lessons here, I guess, for the Reserve Bank and other prudential authority, people who exercise prudential authority or market conduct authority. They should be looking at this and thinking there are lessons here that we shouldn't just focus on the big ones. We should also make sure that we do the right things for the smaller ones.
Especially because they are not small when you take the stokvels and the mutual societies collectively. Stokvels account for billions of rand in the South African economy, and the majority of black people who are excluded anyway from the mainstream financial system are using stokvels. So if we ignore them from a regulatory point of view, we're going to make it difficult for any entrepreneur who might build the next VBS or the next Old Mutual to gain trust of the public.
Thank you very much. That's independent political analyst Victor Homu.